No hookers till after the stream. We might get some. Oh, sorry, I just realised what you meant. No, I've got no live stream hooker action, unfortunately. Give me time as the channel grows. Pardon says, goes and makes a coffee whilst the legend is away. You're too kind, sir. Soul Reaper says, I got to run. Good luck and have a nice stream. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Thanks for popping by. Well, you may still be here, but you know what I mean. Right. See what we got. For those of you who play this game, you will be as aware as me. Ooh, money. That it's always a shock on a new playthrough when you come back and you suddenly realise you're shit at everything that you used to be good at. Like, I'll be shit with my weapons. I'll just be all round terrible at fighting. What is it with the pretzels? Yeah, dried mushrooms are ace because they like last forever in your inventory, but all the rest of the food just fucking rots. Yes, this is the great pretzel and radish massacre. Do you think in the Middle Ages people actually used to walk around like with an onion and a radish in their pocket? That's a little bit life of not Life of Brian. What's the other Monty Python film? Sure they did, damn savages. There's Berghoff. I'm actually loaded down with fucking radishes and nonsense. Right, well, you can have the rotten stuff back. Really need this many onions? No, I think I'll be alright. Right, what's my nourishment levels? Oh, great! Now I've got pig face debuff, the glutton debuff. Ice Mr. Evil, 21 kiloton, popped over to YouTube and was watching your God of War review. Had to pause it at 5 minutes because I was crying from laughter. Honest truth. Oh, mate, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I gotta admit, I enjoyed making it. No, I'm really pleased you enjoyed that. Well, it was. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure whether to make that video because I was thinking about it, and then I'd seen so many of these reviews where people were like, oh my god, this is just going to change the face of humanity, and type reviews, and then I was umming and ahhing, and then I saw yet another one of those types of reviews, and I was like, Oh, fuck this. Yeah, there's just too much bullshit surrounding this game. 1 second, I think this could be the minute. That just... Oh, Christ. I actually don't have the skill to even use this weapon. Sorry, everyone. Fuck's sake, I can't even... I'm too skillless to use a bow at all. Hello, thief.
Goddamn! Come here, lily liver.
Right, well that was my first fight and he got away. More pretzels. Silent Sniper, Icy Retrieval, yeah, that was great. He walked the grey line so hard on that one, fucking epic. Thank you, I'm glad you guys enjoyed that one. I mean, it was, you know, it was a good game, but bloody hell, it wasn't that good. Right, how am I doing? I have to say, I bloody hate it when people run off like that, because the whole point of fighting is to loot them afterwards. And it would appear that I'm too much of a dumbass to even shoot my bow. Ooh. There's a guy who's going to be a looter. It's actually a pretty good place to come later in the game. If you come up to Scallets, there's often bandits and bastards around. It's a safe bet. Anybody up in this neck of the woods is up to no good. So I don't usually take that many chances. Marvellous. Yeah, this is all the cumin action. Jesus God, I'm such a... such a klepto in this game. Let's see what how this stuff works out. It's fucked. Let's see. I think I think I can get away with being a little bit over encumbered. Sniper says, "Damn, what a body trail that thief left." Silent Sniper said, "Also, your ticket is in the game screen pretty high." Yeah, I tried moving it up so it doesn't obscure the subtitles, but I think it looks worse up there. What do you think? If I quickly put it back the way it was.
Do this. What did these poor souls ever do to them?
What do you think, guys? Put the ticker back down to its original position and live without being able to see the subtitles. I'm going to quickly window out and lower it again. 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Is that...
What's going on there?
That makes more sense.
What's that? Hey, who's there? What's going on there? Hey, who's there? What's that? Who's there?
Carpucci, how about putting that warning thingy above the compass?
What's going on there?
Oh, what, the ticker?
Who's there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work out the best places to have it for different games, but maybe even have it a little higher than that. But let's kill our friend here first.
What's that? Hey. Well, I never. The pig turned up willingly for the slaughter. Ow! Allez, tu Follow.
Want to get a nice bleed up on this guy. Motherfucker. Sorry, these guys... I just want these guys to die. So I can steal their shit. Obviously, I haven't got any perks, so I didn't get a bleed up on him. So He's gone for good. Let's go and see. What's going on over here? I think those fights actually didn't go too badly. I would definitely say one-handed weapon with a shield is a good safe bet if you're new to the game. Silent Cypress says stabby. Yeah, it's one-hand sword and a shield. It's pretty reliable. You get the best of the defensive capabilities, and you get nice offensive abilities as well. Did he just sit down there, or did he just expire? Oh crikey, yeah, he just croaked. Crikey, I've got some nice stuff there. Let's have a quick look. Going up in the world. Here's some mail. I don't really need to stealth around on this guy. It's a cheap and easy opportunity to get some stealth training in. He says running around wearing a red fucking frock, carrying a red and white shield, clanking of metal.
Well, I never. The pig turned
Okay.
up willingly for the slaughter. You'll die. Boa yeho.
Well, that fucked his one-liner.
Cut.
Yes. So I should take so much glee out of killing this guy, but fuck it. It's well, I'm already over encumbered. Fuck it, there'll be more loot. God knows there'll be more loot.
He didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
I hear a dog barking.
You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him like me.
Don't know why. I fucking Bergov, well, I have to get some stuff done. Thanks for the entertainment as usual and have a good one. Thanks, Bergov. You take care, mate.
did you do it to me, Father? Why? Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I'm pretty sure there will be plenty of running away.
I remember his face. I'll find him. But first...
Yeah, I cannot guarantee that there's going to be much bravery in this playthrough. But I can say with fair certainty I'll probably find that guy and kill him. It's perhaps slightly less honourably than old Henry would do.
Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that much for you.
Just checking for pretzels. Sorry. Too soon? Probably. Find a pot and make stew, says Silent Sniper. You might be onto something there. Oh, what a shame. This has all been trashed. Where are you? Silent Sniper says, I think you need lots of mead to go with those pretzels. Yeah, I have sadly neglected my drinking skills in this game, but... eating too much food. But yeah, drinking is a skill. It's actually a skill in this game, and I will do my best to develop it.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishak, what in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that mutt the butcher's? Mutt. Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
He might have pretzels.
Seems to me that dog knows exactly why he's going for you. You're picking dead men's pockets.
What do you care what I'm doing? What are you doing?
I asked what you're doing here. How about you give me an answer?
If I want to confess, I'll go to the
Sniper
place,
says you'll have it mastered in a
go
week.
away and leave me in
Yeah,
peace.
I should like try and just drink every drop of booze I can find in game.
A cunt, no matter what the situation.
Christ, I'm not very good at fighting. Whee!
That's right! Easy, Abby. You know me. You're a good master working with me.
Pardon says, important question. 1, will you be playing Fallout 76? Absolutely. 2, will you be constructively critical of the Division 2 as you were with the Division? Absolutely. I think, I'd like to think most people realise that my criticism of the Division is not born from disliking the game. I think it's a fucking great game. But I don't think anyone's doing the game any favours by blowing smoke up everyone's arse and telling everybody everything's fine when things are clearly not being fixed. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I will definitely be covering it, and I will be being, well, you know me, just speak my fucking mind. So it's like, if it's good, I'll say it's good. If it's not, I'll say why. Silent Sniper says there's no doubt in my mind that Killer Tom will be more than critical with the Division 2. Pardon says I hope so too, Silent Sniper. Yeah, don't worry. I mean, I have been and will always be 100% honest and open about sort of any involvement I have with a company. So if I suddenly start saying nice things about SteelSeries keyboards, if I'm saying that because I've used one for years and think they're brilliant, I'll just say it. If they ever paid me money to mention them, I'd tell you I'm being paid money to mention them. But surprise, surprise, so far no large corporation has given me any money. And I would imagine that would be the case. I mean, to be honest, once you take the king's shilling, like once somebody starts giving you money and promotions and stuff, you can't keep your objectivity. So to be honest, I'd rather, if I'm going to make sort of any money from this, I'd rather do it from Patreon and have the freedom to say what I like. If I ended up in a position where I had to lie about a game because I was contractually obliged to, then that would defeat the whole point of making content in the first place. That's what day jobs are for. I don't do this to sit here and bullshit people for money. I don't think I could live with myself. Silent Sniper Kiloton is right, not to mention they piss poorly handle the mechanics and fail to utilise the full map when it comes to missions. Well, when you tell the truth, there's no money in that. Yeah, I mean, that is that's unfortunately sad reality. That, I mean, a lot of what we consider to be the public sphere on YouTube and Twitch and all the rest of it, unfortunately, a lot of that is now privatised and is very well controlled, funded and sponsored by companies. And unfortunately, an awful lot of what we think is neutral opinion is people frankly taking money to make infomercials. And I was reading a very interesting article about rate cards and YouTube the other day, and most big YouTubers have rate cards where literally they will just, they'll go up to Ubisoft and say, hey, I'll cost you $1,000 per video, I'll make 10 videos saying how fantastic the Division 2 is, and they sign a contract and an NDA and off they go. And a lot of YouTube works that way. But frankly, if I, if I want to make money, I can, go and sell my soul, during the day with my day job. I don't need to do that while making content, because I do this because I love doing it. I would rather just have the ability to just speak my mind and be honest. Pardone says the map is like, here are some missions. Once you've cleared the map, you only need to worry about the missions and ignore the rest of the map. The map is good and would love to explore it more often other than when doing the HVTs. Yeah, that's why I love the HVTs. I've said it many times before, but the HVTs and the light zone bosses, I really like those because it gets you out into the map. Silent Sniper says issues are with the daily HVTs and manhunts. They could be way more random on the map, and they're not. Yeah, they miss many tricks there. I mean, the best way I can sum up the division, and we'll be putting this in a video. It's just the fact that it's over. The game's over 2 years old now, and if you think back to one of my first news dumps, the stuff I used to bleat on about, like the glitching and the exploiting and the bugs and the no anti-cheat, here we are, and this shit's not been fixed. And someone on Reddit described my content a little while ago as I think they said something along the lines of, well, you should know that your content's controversial. It's like, what the fuck is controversial about complaining about stuff being broken 2 years after it was reported as broken? This should not come as any surprise to anybody. People have been shouting about this for years and it's still fucked. So I sincerely hope they get a lot of that shit right in the Division 2, because a lot of people have been sold the line, we need a completely new game because otherwise there's no way to fix the problems. Well, they better fix the problems. But I agree, Silent Sniper and Pardone, yeah, the map is an amazing environment. It's an amazing intellectual property. So they really did create something special there, and they haven't utilised it. Silent Sniper says, what rock did that person crawl out of? A lot of people... you'd be amazed. There is this whole narrative that's probably quite actively promoted that about negativity. You see people often say, oh man, you don't want to associate with that YouTuber, he's toxic, he's negative. And that gets applied to anybody who's critical. And I don't think it's really an accidental narrative. I think game publishers try and promote this idea that if you're not smiling and saying everything's fine, that somehow you're a negative person, when the reality is, it's like, fuck that. It's like, if you sold us something and it's not working, fucking fix it. Don't start criticising people for going, hey, you said you'd fix this and it's still fucked 2 years later. But yeah, some people think that telling the truth and complaining about broken shit is somehow controversial and toxic. And maybe to some degree we're losing control of that fucking narrative. Patrick, hey man, when you're done with the stream, I took a new screenshot from Fallout 4, if anyone wants to check it out. There's a link to my Flickr account under 21 Kilos contributors section. Oh, cool, mate. If you've tweeted it, make sure to copy me in so I can retweet it for you, mate. Tito says, instead dazzle your public with shiny cosmetic items. Look into my eyes. Not around my eyes, into my eyes. Yeah, totally, mate. Yeah, I'll probably remember after the stream anyway, mate, but make sure you copy me in just in case.
Damn it all.
It's one of the say on this topic, it's one of the reasons I really respect Warhorse Studios, the guys who make this game, Kingdom Come, because they respond to criticism, they don't censor stuff. The moment they set up the Reddit, they run the Reddit, but the moment they set the Reddit up, they put clearly it's an official subreddit that they run.
You need some help?
And their community managers have the same names on the forum and on Twitter as they do as moderators on the Reddit. There's no subterfuge. It's like, you know, they've raised a flag above themselves and said, we run this. This is a company Reddit.
Brothers.
They haven't tried to hide that. I'm just about to take on some fairly heavy duties by geezers, by the way.
You've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's going to be needing it anymore. Listen here, boy.
I will respond to chat, but I got a big fight, and I wouldn't like to get hit in the fucking chops with that stick.
You're in for a family reunion. You really don't.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt. Aye. Let the bastard down.
Here we go.
As you like. Could have just cost you a few teeth.
He's got nice armour. I'm going to be wearing that one day. Mark my words. Maybe I won't be wearing it today.
Finish the little bastard off, Runt.
Oh! Get him! Bleed him dry!
Oh, fuck. That was over quick. Fucking Jesus. I think he hit me straight in the head.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me.
There will be a reckoning.
This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure I made it that fight last a little longer.
For the
I think he
maid
just
of bloodletting.
I think he just hit
Surely
me straight in the fucking head.
It would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, go fuckers!
It's my girl.
The games are over.
Run away, goat fuckers! And so it begins. That is the prologue of the game. It becomes more freeform now, more traditional RPG. Up to this point it has been quite heavily storied, as you've seen, so yeah, I've inflicted quite a lot of cutscenes on you today. I'm going to be winding this up in a minute, but I thought I'd address some of the comments in chat before I do. Good job, Patrick. Tito says, I should point out I'm a cynical left-wing socialist anti-capitalist who shops at Amazon. Mate, to some degree or other in modern life, we're all compromised now. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't be entirely ethical. I mean, in fact, I'm a heavy Amazon user, But, you know, it's difficult. You can't be right on anymore. And you're going to live in a teepee. You can only do the best that you can because you don't know the heritage of the company that sells you your petrol. They might be investing in landmines in some third world country. All you can do is try your best these days and try and pick your path. You know, so I sympathise with that sentiment. You know, but there's too many variables to control, and you don't know the heritage of the companies you're dealing with. And like I say, you want to go and live in a yurt on the side of a mountain, then and grow your own potatoes. That's pretty much the only way you can be ethical, and frankly that's not how I want to live my life. Pardone says one thing Ubisoft is great at is designing amazing environments. Also, if you get a car or PC that wasn't working right and 2 years later those who built your PC car couldn't get it working for you, you'd be unhappy at best. Same goes with the game. You're right to be unhappy with the product. At least The Division isn't DayZ, lol. Yeah, I think I completely agree with you, and thank you. I think one of the amazing things that the science of community management has developed, and I'm not just talking about Ubisoft here, I'm talking about across the whole spectrum of the industry, is I think it's amazing how they have managed to make technical problems our collective problem. You notice that it's like the whole emphasis of community management is like, hey, we're a big team, and you know this is a problem for us all, and you know we're working together with you guys. And it's like, no, hang on a minute. You know, imagine if you went to the garage with your busted car and they tried to explain that the reason it didn't work was some kind of collaborative problem that you were all taking ownership of. You'd just be like, fuck off, fix the fucking car. And that's the amazing thing that the sort of community managers across the whole of the gaming industry have done, is kind of collectivised the problem and made it a shared responsibility, when the reality is this is a very simple customer service relationship. We pay, you deliver. You know, and cut the crap. Tito says, pardon, a wheel falls off after 2 years. They offer you a new vinyl decal instead of a wheel. This is fine. Exactly. I forgot about this dream sequence.
Mit kereseli? Véletlenül kibújt.
Oh, this is hallucinogenic. Fuck me. Second, I'll get back to chat in a sec.
You need some help?
Patrick rightfully points out you can't win that fight. The first fight you always get your ass handed to you on a plate. Silent Sniper says that was faster than expected. Yeah, totally. I honestly think I think he cracked me right on the head. There's like something ridiculous, like 32 different locations around the body or something where you can get hit. That's why if you wear leather gloves they can break your hands and stuff. But if you get hit in the head with a blunt force weapon in this game, you go down fast, and you can make other people go down fast too. If you're good with a mace or a warhammer and you crack someone in the skull, they sometimes you could just one-shot people unconscious. Tito says I need some power armor. Don't you worry, my friend. We will be working on getting some nice armor. Sorry, I just got distracted. We're working on some nice armor in the next playthroughs.
Hallelujah.
Silent Sniper, that was a long-ass prologue. Yeah, I mean, when you play this for the first time yourself, you're like, what the fuck? The game's just beginning? It's like you've played all afternoon, and it's like, oh, so now it really begins. But yeah, they have to establish a lot of backstory and history and stuff. Tito, I would love to, but would it have Wi-Fi?
In Skalitz?
I take it you're talking about the TP. I don't think so.
I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought
Not really a mud wrestling kind of guy.
You're still breathing. Why?
Sometimes Tito says sometimes I don't understand why I get so angry at massive Ubisoft. A game I've spent way longer playing than anything in history, but then I realise it's because it could have been a masterpiece, but instead they decided to finish the Mona Lisa with crayons.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I mean, there's so much about the game that I genuinely love.
Now sleep.
I'm probably more negative and go to town on it more just because nobody else, virtually nobody else is critical. Everyone's like, oh, this is great. It's finally perfect. Everything's wonderful. So I guess
You've slept all day.
I'd probably go in a bit harder precisely because there isn't enough voices keep, raising these issues and holding them to account. But, it is a great game. It's a fucking great game. We wouldn't all still be here talking about it. We wouldn't all still be playing it, if we didn't love the game. And the community. I don't give a shit what anyone says about the community. I don't find the Division community toxic at all. I've actually found the Division community to be one of the best. Dare I say it? Will I trigger someone if I say MMO? Online communities. I think they're great. I've made a lot of good friends. Met a lot of nice people. I think, and even people who disagree with each other about balance or builds or whatever, PvE versus PvP. Yeah, sometimes people go at it on the Reddit and all the rest of it, but as someone who is very outspoken, I've actually found the community to be fantastic. Even, people who will occasionally come on my channel and say, I disagree with nearly everything you've said about gear and stuff, but I really like what you're saying. MMO. How would you what's it? It's a looter RPG online looter shooter. I don't know how they technically categorize it, but let's be honest, it's World of Warcraft with guns, isn't it? I mean, that's how the whole gear works. Really, if you really take a step back, we are kind of all paladins running around with ranged weapons. You can see that tension in the balancing and some of the crazy talents that they come up with. You can tell a lot of the core designers come from an MMO background. Tito, 21 Kiloton, what's your expectation for the Division 2 out of 10? 10 being incredible, 7 being what we have at the moment.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but
I don't know.
No use if those
I don't know. I'm really torn. I really want to say that they're going to learn from all of their mistakes, and I know they're actually trying to make sure that they don't do a Destiny 2, and they're trying to learn from the mistakes of the past. But how can I put this? I really want to learn another foreign language, but I never got around to fucking doing that. Do you know what I mean? It's great they got these intentions, but as Vermenzi said, to paraphrase Vermenzi the other day, in response to some news report came out about the Division 2, he said, until I see it, it's all just fucking words. So I guess that's why I have to say I don't know. I know what their intentions are. It's all great in theory, but I have to see it for myself. It won't be a 10. Won't be a 10. I think that we will definitely enter a period of beta testing again. That game's going to come out on a financial deadline, ready or not, and They've got a lot of talented devs working for them. But, you know, when projects meet brute deadlines and it's got to come out ready or not, bad things happen with video games. And I think it will probably be a 6. To be honest. I don't think I'm going to have any shortage of material for the news dump. Whereas at the moment, I'm really struggling because there's no news. There's not been a stay at the game for fucking 2.5 weeks. There's nothing to report. Stuff's broken. It's been broken for ages. It will be broken for a lot longer. Probably until the Division 2 comes out. I would like the Division 2 to be a step up from the Division. But they've rebuilt it from the ground up, which means they may well be doing a big reset and then have to work out all of these problems again, but with new software, with a new game.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
Silent Sniper says they already said it will be released in less than 10 months from now.
They killed my brothers.
Pardon says MMO RPG looter shooter.
Friends.
They're all dead.
That sounds about right.
Everyone I ever
But yeah,
loved.
the announcement about the financial
Killed
year,
my brothers
that
and
could be a
mine.
red herring
After
because
that
that
what
might,
do I have to live for.
Don't say that.
by saying it will be out
There's always hope.
before that
No, there
deadline,
isn't.
then it will benefit their financial
It doesn't
expectations
matter.
for this
I'm a
year.
different person
But
now.
then releasing it in the next financial period will benefit them in real money terms on paper for the next financial year. So I don't know how precise that timescale will be, but I think it's probably roughly right, but could be plus or
Something for
minus
me.
a month.
Yes. Lord Divish
Pardon says I think it will be a 7, drop to a 5, then pull it back
Tell
to an
me,
8.
Why is a lord
That
of
is
such
my
high
hopes.
standing interested in a black?
I'd be happy with that.
So Divish promised to Radzik he'd look after me. But as for why they should care...
I mean, I'll still bitch and moan
idea.
about the broken stuff because that's my job. Somebody has to. But yeah, I'm
surprised.
hoping
I'll
it's.
bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime,
I hope it's good.
rest.
I'm
It's
always
so
happy to be
very
proved wrong. You know, when they brought out this new content and revamped Underground,
to
I was
you.
really happy
How's
to
the
be able to
Invalids
go, yeah,
day?
this is actually good.
Ugh,
You know, this is
it's
good
not as
content.
as this since they lashed me to the wheel
And,
and quartered me on the town square.
The global event's fucking great
Sense of
when they're
humour
not
back.
deltering.
You must be
They're great,
better.
and I'm always
My
happy.
uncle will be glad to hear
Always
it.
happy for them to make
I
me
had
look
a job
stupid
persuading
by
him to
fixing
let me
stuff and
bring
bringing
you
out
here.
content.
If he'd lain around much longer, he really
That
would
kind of
have left you on the
humiliation,
town square.
I love it.
You can
Bring
stay
it on.
until you find
And I
somewhere
hope that's
else
what
to
they do
live.
with the Division
But my
2.
uncle will want payment
And they'll all
for
wave
taking
their
you in
finger
and
at me and go,
caring for you.
you thought it was going to be crap, but actually it's brilliant.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill. My
Tito,
uncle's made a
E3, the
project.
curse of the
He
industry,
took me
sets
in,
expectations and
I'm confident he's
deadline,
taking care of you too.
raises share price, which affects financial year end return results if missed, ends up with rush gains, which is bad for the consumer. Yeah, and step down graphics.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to
Yeah,
do
the
what has to be
Division,
done.
are we talking about the Division 1 being late? Because I'm
Where
pretty
can I
sure the
find some
Division
answers?
1
He's in
became
Lower
some
Castle in
epic
Dutchtown.
project.
He's a guest of Sir Hanish of Leipa. But someone
Yeah.
like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzik. And
I
didn't
can
bring
remember
my sword,
ages ago,
I
like
must see.
a mate of mine going, "Oh, have you heard about this
Insist.
game?"
But you need to speak to my uncle first.
And it was the first I'd heard
He's
of it,
been in
and
his
then he
sick bed for
started
over
telling me
a
the
fortnight
backstory.
while
But
he
yeah, I
paid the
think this
apothecary
slipped
to
and
tend
slipped
to
and
you.
slipped.
And for medicine. That's a good deal of a coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
I owe you both my life.
Padone says, not an
You're
upper
a
echelon
payment.
fan, but agree with
Have my word.
what they're saying, and the
Alright.
TD2 won't
But
come
before you
out.
go to town, you should eat something. You're still
Won't be
weak.
out come April
There's
next
food
year.
on the
Rather have
table
it
for you.
delayed and have something good on release. The issue they have to deal with is not giving us what the Division had on release due to what we have now. Yeah, I mean, I've got to be honest, I actually do really rate Sank at upper echelon. He does get quite a lot of grief for his content being a little salty. I personally, I mean, compared to my content, I think he's incredibly considered delivery, and I really like his stuff. I mean, he's one of those content creators that I check in with. You know, whenever a content creator is going to do a video, they always like do the rounds and check you know, certain news sources and certain other YouTubers, see what their opinions are, and he's kind of one of the guys on my rounds. I do value his opinion. But yeah, a lot of people, Pardon, are saying what you're saying is they don't give a shit when it arrives as long as it's working when it arrives, and they'd happily wait a year. And I see the logic in that. Because it's like, if we're going to play a half-broken game, we can play the Division 1. That's half-broken. We can play that for another year. And then we can have the perfect game delivered in the Division 2. Peter says, I'm in no rush. I'm happy to wait for a good release and a rushed one. Yeah, I think that's a common anxiety and a common opinion. So yeah, so if I've beaten around the bush on that one, it's just I just don't know. I just don't know. They're gonna, as I've said before, they're walking themselves into a Destiny 2 trap. The game had better release with a lot of day one content, because whatever their intentions are, they are setting themselves up for a pratfall by taking away a complete game and giving us a Division 2. And at launch, people are going to be like, wow, I'm used to playing the Division with all of this DLC and all this other stuff to do. And if they find themselves in the base of operations in the Division 2 and there's like 3 activities, people are just going to run down the streets screaming Destiny 2 all over again. Kit Can Liar. Sank's a very intelligent guy who takes an awful lot of crap due to past members of his community. He's a good lad, likes a rant. Yeah, all of my dealings with Sank have been exemplary. I do respect the guy a lot, and he's a very, very smart guy. But yeah, I have heard there is a big backstory, and I know he's taken a lot of shit for stuff that he didn't deserve in the past. I won't comment on it because I barely got a grasp on it myself. But yeah, I know he's had a rough ride. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, he's a good guy. He's Upper Echelon's a good channel to check in with if you want the skinny on stuff. And he's covering a lot of other games as well. And he is a very good player. Yeah, I like Chris. He tells it like it is without dressing it up. Yeah, I actually find it quite amusing when I go to his channel and people are going, oh, you're really salty. And I just kind of smirk and go, fucking hell, they clearly haven't been to my channel then. If they think Sank's salty, shit. Give him a 30-second dose of one of my rants. That'll teach him what salty is. I'm just going to allow that comment, Patrick. For some reason, it's censored it. Thank you. It's still censoring cunt. I'm even playing a game where people call each other cunts for this Twitch. I just cannot get it to stop censoring the word cunt, and we've switched off all of the fucking content moderation, but for some reason the C-bomb sets it off. It's good enough for Woody Allen, it's good enough for me. Well, look guys, I'm going to wrap this up now. We've ended the prologue. I'm going to have a nap which saves the game. For those of you who don't know, you can only save this game by sleeping in an owned bed or a friendly bed and drinking saviour snaps. Patrick says, I'm glad I can call you a cunt and you don't get shitty. It's fine. I honestly believe it's the intention behind the words that are most important. It's, you know, it's why I don't want to censor language on the channel, because if people are being nice to each other and swearing while they're doing it, why should that be censored? Similarly, there's people on Reddit who are incredibly polite and never swear, and they're foul to each other, and just like, you can't. There's no filter for that. There's no filter for being snide. So it's better just to let people say what they want and step in if it gets gnarly. Pido, good to catch you live for a change. Take it easy. Thank you very much. And everybody, thank you very much Thank you very much for putting up with all of the technical nonsense at the start. I will be speaking to Sniper and doing some fiddling with my settings. So the quality of this is a little bit better in future. It's still kind of early days. I haven't been streaming for that long and it's still early days, so I'm still going to be ironing stuff out for a while. But I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all very, very much for watching today. Likewise, pleasure, Patrick. Right, I'm going to shut this down. Thanks again.